CIA3 News at 6.
All of Illinois roads are bad. They are.
The way these bumps are, it's just, I mean, it's like this here constantly.
It's a sentiment shared by people all over Illinois. The state's roads are falling apart and people want them fixed quickly. About a month ago, our Target 3 investigative team looked into the poor condition of bridges across the state. After that story aired, we heard from dozens of viewers asking us to look into the problem of roads as well. Target 3 took those tips and took to the road. Our investigative reporter Renee Cooper is with us now, and you have spent the last month driving around central Illinois, getting to know those roads. What conditions did you find?
Well, all things considered, not so good. A significant number of Illinois' roads are far behind on maintenance. Of course, some cities and counties are in better shape than others with bridges. There's a significant amount of federal oversight, but that's not the case with roads, and it's costing taxpayers more money all the time.
There is no national rating system for roads. And that's fine for some local engineers.
It's a little bit of common sense that if there's an issue or not.
But others prefer tracking with numbers or letter grades to help prioritize repairs.
Last year, when I came in as city engineer, we just decided we've got to have some kind of a system that's going to help us figure out how to prioritize where we do these repairs. So we did what we'd call a windshield survey. We rated them 1 to 10.
By looking at the results, Danville engineer Sam Cole could tell me about 85% of Danville's roads will need maintenance in the next 5 years.
I'm definitely concerned.
So it's a 1 to 100 scale.
The city of Champaign has its own system.
The roads are PCI of 63 overall, which is like a C. So we're doing okay.
Engineer Chris Sokolowski has data going back decades. What it shows, the city's roads have gotten worse in the last 10 years. And because there are so many methods to rate roads, there's really no way to accurately compare them.
I think everybody assumes their roads are the worst.
Potholes, cracks, tear up your tires. We've torn up a lot on this road.
Teresa Addis has lived on Ferndale Avenue in Danville for 2 years.
You said you've had to replace how many tires?
Probably 7 or 8.
She says there's steady traffic through here every day.
It's beyond a state of repair where we can do maintenance to it and kind of bring it back to life.
Cole says this will soon be one of the city's largest rehabilitation projects. Although the engineers allocate money to road repair, they don't set the budget. It's a combination of local and mostly state tax money. Cole says Ferndale Avenue and an overhaul of a stretch of West William Street will be funded by Governor Pritzker's Rebuild Illinois plan. When it's all doled out, Danville will get about $2.2 million, which won't fully pay the cost of fixing those 2 roads.
Whenever we talk to any citizen about a request for work, there is definitely more need than we have budget.
Of the about 2,800 agencies budgeted into the capital plan, the city of Champaign will receive one of the larger sums of money. Sokolowski says the about $5.3 million is equivalent to the city's annual repair budget. Macon County's engineer Bruce Bird says work has already started on this 2-mile stretch of road from Oakley Township to Route 105.
We're looking at roads to do resurfacing that, are 5, 7, 8 years behind where they really should be done. The edges were really crumbling off.
The difference is stark between this and a section of Raysbridge Road just completed near Richland Community College in Decatur. Both projects are funded using a portion of Macon County's $3.8 million Rebuild Illinois allotment. The capital plan is the latest in a stream of state money being thrown into our streets. The increase in price continues to fall on the taxpayer.
If we only fix the worst roads, we let so many of the moderate roads get to a terrible condition that will never keep up.
Even after they're repaired, the question remains, will these roads last? The engineers I talked to have some ideas to make their roads last even longer. I'll be right back here just after 6:30 to break that all down. And if you're interested, I've also got a breakdown of how those local rating systems actually work. Check it out. That's on WCIA.com under the Target 3.
The news continues here on WCIA3, your local news leader.
The state of Illinois is spending tens of billions of taxpayer dollars to fix roads. But our Target 3 investigation found that still won't be enough to get all of them into good condition. Some engineers in central Illinois have ideas they think could help. Target 3 investigator Renee Cooper is back tonight. Renee, you talked with them about solutions that could have us all driving a little more comfortably.
Yes, and based on the deteriorating condition of our roads, it's going to take some innovative thinking to bridge that gap.
It's due for a complete facelift.
Ferndale Road is in extremely poor condition.
Again, the pavement's 30 years old.
We've got them on the docket. It's just a matter of finding the funds to actually get that done.
This is the conversation surrounding so many central Illinois roads.
I don't really know the answer to how you address the backlog.
The thing is, roads are going to deteriorate. So the question is, how do we keep up with the cost? For example, Danville's annual road repair budget hovers around $3 million. Add in the $2.2 million from a state program called Rebuild Illinois, and a big need still remains.
And throwing all this money in now, is this going to get us back up to the speed, or in 15 years are we going to be in the same situation?
I think that's always I think that's a great question.
Is there any new technology that's working to expand that time that the roads last without needing maintenance, in other words?
That's a great question, and it's probably something if someone could figure that out, they'd be set for life.
The county, we've kind of adopted, it's called pavement preservation.
The Effingham County engineer says he and his staff found a way to preserve pavement for a while longer.
It may be unconventional, but to us it's pretty conventional. We do it in-house. It is an oil treatment.
Greg Custer says some 15 to 20-year-old roads are still looking pretty good as a result. In many places, 2 decades would be the longest the pavement could hold up. Although, Effingham does have an advantage in being a rural county with less traveled roads.
You can maintain your roads much more cost effectively if you keep them from getting into really bad condition.
Danville engineer Sam Cole says completely rebuilding a road is generally about 5 times the cost of maintaining it. When we're talking about millions of dollars, the difference is stark.
I think of it a lot like painting a house. You know, if you have wood siding or siding that needs painted, you can put the siding on there, and without any maintenance, it might last 20, 30 years, something like that. But if you continue to paint it, and seal it out and prevent weather from deteriorating it, you could get 60, 100, 150, 200 years out of that.
An approach several central Illinois engineers are pioneering.
Cole says his team is actually working on an outline for maintenance and scheduling for preserving the city's roads. I'll keep you updated on that progress, and hopefully engineers continue to think outside of the box, finding solutions for safety, for our cars, and for our wallets.